and some frustration trying to get this whole thing sorted. Oh, is my volume not, oh my god, is my volume not working? I swear. No? What's happening here? Can you hear me now? This is part of the problem. Give me 1 second. Freaking OBS. Are you kidding me? I've been talking to Luna. This is part of the problem. Is it not working? Give me 1 second. Freaking OBS. Are you kidding me? I've been talking to Luna. This is part of the problem. Not working. Give me 1 second. Freaking OBS. Are you kidding me? I've been talking to Luna.
Okay. How about now? Is that better? Okay. How about now? Is that better? Okay, that sounds like it's better. Yeah, Luna, that looks really good, by the way. That explains so much. It explains a lot. Wow. Okay. So what is this? Good. It sets the microphone. Okay. I add one new thing to the stream, and that one new thing I add is a brand new webcam. So hopefully you guys are getting nice, crisp video. It's a little washed out. Yeah, that explains a lot. That explains why I wasn't getting anything. Fair. Yeah, I must have messed up when I added the webcam. I think OBS is confused because there is an audio capture with the webcam. I don't care for audio capture on the webcam personally. But apparently OBS thought that was the audio that should be there, and I had it muted for the webcam, so I don't know why that was happening. So, my bad, everybody. Note to self, I'll just stick with the phone as the camera from now on. Damn, alright, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Luna, it is good to see you. You haven't missed anything, just FYI. I got one base coat started on this particular miniature. I am experimenting on a color scheme for my blackout models. Your Moirax looks fantastic, by the way. The banner looks really good. I do like it. Did you say you made that out of green stuff? The banner on the Moirax is based on your family crest? Oh, that's awesome. That's really awesome. That's actually, like, for my night house, that's what my heraldry is going to be. It's actually a black stag, which is based off of the family crest I was able to find in high school. So, I think that's a great idea, personally. So, that's awesome. Stolas, by the way, great to see you. Glad, thank you for letting me know. Like, you said man is in the zone. I was like, no, I'm talking. I don't know what's going on. Do I have any Chaos Marines? I do not. Unfortunately, Lord Nerd, I am an Imperial simp when it comes to 40k. Although I have to say I am thinking about buying those Marauders, the Maelstrom Marauders, the Red Corsairs, with Huron Blackheart. I think they look really good. So I might actually be getting some soon. There it is. Stolas is back. Chaos is best. Well, unfortunately for you, gentlemen and lady, I am getting into the wonderful world of Blackout at the moment, where I don't have to deal with things like Chaos Gods. Instead, I'm spreading space democracy and using chili powder as my painting handle. You'll convert me to Chaos. Listen, Stolas, I swear, if you want to convert me to Chaos, let's get some Red Corsairs, because I'm actually really tempted. They look really good. Except the face on Huron Blackheart. He looks like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. They're coming to steal my cheese, Gromit. You have a few thousand points of Chaos Space Marines? Well, that does not surprise me, Luna. You'll have to send a picture, though. You're basically Erebus? I fucking hope not, Stolas. I actually happen to like you. If you're Erebus, I have to ban you. I have to ban you from the community as a whole. Oh, man, let me tell you, I've had a wild freaking week, by the way. Wild week, and yesterday was just the icing on top of the cake. Yesterday being my Friday, let me tell you, it was a hell of a Friday. Do you have any Warhammer books? I have several Warhammer books. My first ever Warhammer book I got was the Space Wolf Omnibus Trilogy, because at the time it was just 3 books. I have several books in the Horus Heresy. The Lehman Russ Primarch book, The Great Wolf. That's pretty severe, but it is Erebus, exactly. I've got the Great Wolf. I've got the Horus Heresy trilogy, the trilogy of Horus in the beginning, Horus Rising, Galaxy in Flames, and the other one I'm blanking on. I own Fulgrim. I have several, almost all of the Gotrek and Felix books as well for Warhammer Fantasy, if that's your shtick as well. I've got almost all of those. I have several of the Caiaphas Cain novels as well, and I'm actually starting to get into the Eisenhorn books. I thoroughly enjoy Warhammer. I love the universe. It might be hard to get pictures of everything in my Chaos Space Marine army. You know what? That's fine, Luna. You could just... I would love to see some photos. You don't have to get everything necessarily, but I'd love to see it if you have the time and want to do so. But yeah, I love Warhammer. I love the universe of Warhammer. I love the stories in Warhammer. I've actually got my dad into Warhammer as well. I also have the Infinite and the Divine. Yeah, I have the Infinite and the Divine. I haven't bought it yet, but I will be getting Red Tithe as well for the Carcharodons. I got my dad into it as well. He's reading through most of the Horus Heresy right now. I'm going to be starting a book club, actually. It won't be for a while. I have my honeymoon coming up next month. Less than 30 days away now. Going on an Alaskan cruise. But after the cruise, my dad, Space Dad, as he has been dubbed by the community, it will be, he and I will be starting a book club. And we'll be doing we'll have him pick a book for the first book, and then we'll have the community pick every book after that, and we're gonna read it, and at once a month get together and talk about it. Probably live on stream, so the community can talk about it with us. Your thumbnail is so pretty. Thank you. I've been working very hard on my thumbnail, trying to get it nice and red. You started making a banner for your Night Ruinator? Oh, well, Luna, you have to post pictures. When it's done, obviously, but you'll have to post pictures. I'm excited. I don't say that about anybody who has Chaos Knights, so... I'm actually like really looking forward to getting some of these forces done. I'll show you what I've been working on. I've been trying to come up with a paint scheme that I really, really want for these guys. And I don't know if this is going to come across very well over camera. I'm going to do my best here. There we go. So I've been working on the paint scheme. On the camera, it actually looks a lot brighter than it is. It's much darker in person. The camera's just really picking up a lot of the red. But I've been working on these guys for Task Force Boone in BLKOUT. And the idea is, you know, they come from Mars, and their colors are based off of, like, modern U.S. military, because they were actually created by the U.S. military originally before Mars declared independence in the universe of BLKOUT. And so their colors are like khaki and olive drab, you know, very standard, you know, U.S. military aesthetic. But I was like, you know, if they're coming from Mars, I want my boys to have Martian red fatigues. And I just thought that would look really nice. So that's what I've been doing, is trying to like come up with a good recipe for my red. My friend and his brother have a massive Tyrannid army, and when we played against each other, my salamanders got absolutely destroyed. No! I hate to hear that, but that's awesome. Because I love salamanders. I don't want the salamanders getting destroyed by freaking Xenos. What would Vulcan say if he heard that happened? I bet you Vulcan would come. Actually, now we're on the topic. I think Vulcan is actually about to come back. You might start an Imperial Knights army. Well, Luna, here's what I'm hoping. Okay, if you get an Imperial Knights army started, I'm in. But I'd love one day to pit my Imperial Knights versus your Chaos Knights. I'm sure I'll lose. I haven't played 40k in over 15 years, but I am in to relearn how to play, and I hope to actually get pretty good. I hope. Play in some tournaments and whatnot. I think that'd be awesome. Oh, Stola's. Oh, yeah. So I cut my thumb, by the way, this morning. Sliced my thumb. You can only see like the inch where it actually bled because it started to split. But it's like 1.5 inches long from the tip of my thumb all the way down to almost to the joint. You know what? At this point, I'll give away one of the 2 armies I have in BLKOUT if someone can tell me what I cut my thumb on today. I'll give you a hint. It's not something you've ever heard anyone cutting themselves with. Your Knight Tyrant and War Dog Moirex can be used in it if you do. Well, hell yeah. Well, that's awesome. Theoretically, I could use my Porphyrion if I started a Chaos Knights army, but I don't want to do that. It's painful. Dude, it hurts like a mother effer. Like, yeah, my thumb is tender to touch anything with. And so, like, I picked up a roast beef sandwich from Arby's today. And when I had lunch with my grandfather, and I almost yelled because it hurt so bad. It was an incredibly blunt object that cut me too, and I was so pissed. But, you know, it wouldn't be a life in autistic wizard land if he didn't cut himself at least once a week. Let me guess, sprue clippers? No, in fact, it has nothing to do with models at all. You've never heard of anyone cutting themselves with the thing I cut myself with today. You caught your finger with a chisel recently? I'm glad you still have a finger, Luna. Because yikes, that sounds painful. Alright, I'll just say it because I think it's funny, and I know, because I was hoping someone would guess. I cut myself with a fork. A tine of a fork today. I cut myself on that. Your kitten, but the tip of your thumb off when you rescued her, that was rough. Ooh. Ow. Yeah, I could see that. Ow. That just sounds really painful. Yeah, one of the dinner forks my wife put in the sink was bent. One of the tines was bent. And my hands were just wet enough that I had very little in the way of actual traction on the surface of the fork. So when I went to try to bend it back in place, my hand slipped. And it slid down the entire length of my thumb. Oh, it even stabbed myself with a fork. It cut me because I was holding it and I was trying to bend the tine back into place, but my whole freaking like hand slipped and it dug into me and it hurt real bad. And I was like, ah, shite. And I looked at my hand. And yeah, sure enough, it started bleeding. I was like, fuck, how do you cut yourself with a fork? With a salad fork? Like, stabbing yourself, I get, but I cut myself. I've never heard of such a thing. And I was like, well, I am an incredible breed of stupid, if that's the case. I gotta get to the arm here. This is gonna suck. Your thumb all grew back? Well, that's good. We're trying to wean the kittens now, too. Void Kitten is growing like a freaking weed, man. We discovered that they're actually a week older than my wife initially thought. Now my wife's really sad because she's like, oh, it feels like I lost a week with the kitten. Like, Gilliman or Vulcan, who wins that fight? Oh, Lord Nerd. Oh, man. I have to give it to Vulcan. I have to give it to Vulcan because Vulcan's a fighter. Gilliman is a bureaucrat. Now, Gilliman can fight, clearly, but he's not a primary fighter. He does logistics. So I have to give it to Vulcan on that. Vulcan, Vulcan's really nice. I don't know that could he get close enough to Gilliman to finish Gilliman off in a fight is the question. But yeah, no, I think I'm going to stick with Vulcan. Vulcan, I think, wins that one for me. It's a tough one. That's the old argument that it's better to be cut by a sharp knife than a dull one. The dull wound is so much more painful. Yes, I can confirm. After cutting myself with both, a sharp wound not only hurts less, because it's not being ripped open like with a dull cut, it actually heals faster. Because there's less damage for your body to have to fix. So, yeah, it is a fact. It is less painful to be cut by a sharp object. You ever cut yourself with a heavily serrated blade? Let me tell you, it burns more than it hurts from cut, because it's chewing through your flesh. Been there, done that. Okay, I think I need to hit the groin a little bit more. Now, here's a good question for you. All right, Lord Nerds, here's a good question for you. Okay, who wins in a fight? I've asked this one before, so Stolas might remember this. Hell, Luna might even remember this one. Who wins in a fight? A toddler or the entire makeup of the Lamenter's Space Marine chapter? A crying toddler, by the way. Not just a crying toddler. Toddler. Yep. You can't say you've heard this question. I thought you were there for that one. Yeah. Toddler, I think, wins that fight. That's the problem with the Lamenters, man. They're unlucky. Okay. It's looking good. There's still a few spots I've missed, and then the wash will help fill in the rest. You remember that question? Good, good. Alright, Karn the Betrayer, but he only has a salad fork or 200 Tau, but they're armed with melee weapons. I kind of have to give it to Karn, if I have to be honest there. Okay. So that is the base coat. Wash off my brush here. I'm gonna take a sip of my Peachy Keen Ultra Monster. I agree. I think Karn wins that fight. Could Karn beat Scarbrand? Now that is a question. I like to think he could. But that's because like you're asking me to choose between chaos made by chaos or chaos made by the Emperor, and I have to give I'm an Emperor guy. Now, I have to caveat this. I still believe that the Emperor is like a cheap knockoff of Sigmar from Warhammer Fantasy. But I still give the advantage to anything the Emperor has made. And Karn technically is a Space Marine, so... Also because Scarbrand can't really ever win. That's the problem with Scarbrand. He just shows up and stops other people from winning. Khorne does love Karn. But at the rate that I keep injuring myself, Khorne loves me too. Because Khorne cares not from where the blood flows, merely that it flows. And I have cut myself almost every week now since I started streaming. When I first started painting, I had a glass of water to clean my brush and want to drink out of. I don't want to think of how much paint I've accidentally drank. Listen, that is a canon event for every painter. That is just facts. That's why I left my drink in the can, because if I didn't, this is slightly orangier than this is, and on camera this looks way redder than it actually is. This looks like watermelon. I would have accidentally drunk paint water. It just would have happened. But it is what it is. Karn has a kill counter built into his helmet. Oh, really? See, I'll be honest with you. My chaos lore is not very good, so I trust you and Solus to tell me all the chaos lore. So, here's a good one, I think, right? So, we have Karn. Who wins in a fight between this? This is two separate universes, but who wins? The Doomslayer or Karn the Betrayer? I know it's technically cheating, they're the same character, but still. Look, you either drink paint water or you accidentally throw your paintbrush into your drink. Those are the only two options. I have drunk paint water, though. The Doomslayer? See, fair enough. See, I don't know. For me, it's a tough choice. I want Karn to win, but only because I didn't like Dark Ages. Listen, Stolas, nobody liked Dark Ages. That's the secret. Dark Ages sucked. Doom is eternal. Alright. Here's an age-old question. There is a correct answer. I am convinced there's a correct answer. And I think it... Lore-wise, I think Doomslayer would win, though. Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, Doomslayer, if he existed in the Warhammer universe, would fall to Khorne. There's just no way around it. He would just be... He would be the Iron Warrior's equivalent to Khorne. And when I say that, I mean, like, he would basically... hate demons, but he'd still, yeah, exactly. He would hate demons, but he loves bloodshed, and like Khorne always says, he doesn't care where the blood flows, simply that it flows. Respawning is canon in Doom, by the way. I didn't actually know that. I haven't played... I never even actually finished Doom Eternal. Mostly because I didn't buy it. It was on Game Pass, and I canceled Game Pass when I was like, yeah, I don't like Microsoft doing what they're doing right now. So, okay, all right. So this answer, the answer I've gotten on this question has been heavily dependent upon who you're asking, which of the universes do they like more. But this is always a good question. I believe there is an answer. Did you use Citadel or other paints? Fun fact. I used Duncan Rhodes Too Thin Coats as the base paints that I'm using here. I do have a lot of Citadel paints that are old, but I've got washes, which is what I think Citadel is great for. But I don't buy Citadel paints anymore, mostly because now they call themselves Warhammer. But the true answer is because they're really expensive, but I was able to get these for about half the price per bottle that I can get a pot from one of Citadel's. And Duncan Rhodes, he makes his paints very, like... almost 1-to-1 for Citadel. So, for example, so this is Demon Red. The main color I'm using is actually called Sanguine Scarlet. Sanguine Scarlet is basically their version of Mephiston Red, which is what I'm essentially going for. And then you have Demon Red, which is based off of Khorne Red, which is where the term comes from. And you also have like other colors that you can tell Duncan Rhodes kind of just throwing out there to piss off Citadel. Like he has Space Marine Blue, which is just Ultramarine Blue. And stuff like that, but they're very heavily pigmented, just like Citadel. Very well done, and I love having an actual like dripper bottle, because I think the paint pots that Citadel uses just don't give you longevity for your paints very much. So yeah, there you go. That's my answer. To go back to the question I was going to ask, because I like I said, a lot of people, I've asked this question to a ton of people, and it really is dependent upon which universe they like better, rather than like thinking it out. Who wins in a fight between a Spartan from Halo, a Spartan 2 from Halo, or a Space Marine? Thoughts on Necrons? I love Necrons. Genuinely, I think Necrons are awesome. If I were to do a Xenos army that was non-human based, which I know there's a lot of caveats to that, I'm an Imperium guy, but if I have to do a non-Imperium army that's a Xenos, I would do like the Leagues of Votan, but if I had to do one that wasn't human-based, I would do Necrons. Necrons are super awesome to me. I have an idea I want to do for like a custom dynasty. Space Marine solos, yeah. If I had to do a custom dynasty, I would do an entire dynasty of Necrons that are infected by the Flayer virus, so they're all a Flayer court. See, I think I agree. I think Space Marines win that fight every time, and I don't think that's because like I favor Warhammer. I just don't know any damage that a Spartan could do to kill a Space Marine. You really like the lore of Necrons. The Egyptian aesthetic is weird to you, though. You know, I can't blame you for that, Stolas. I just like the undead robot aesthetic. But I don't disagree with you, though. It's kind of one of the reasons why, like, if I were to do a Necron dynasty, I would do like a Flayer court. So they're the ones that are infected by the Flayer virus and wear the skin and the flesh of slain enemies because they think that like that's their flesh. So that way I could just like completely cover them in human body parts or like other Xenos body parts and make them look more like zombies more than Egypt robots. What am I doing? I'm painting this, but I literally have a bottle of chili powder. Ta-da! What, puppy? Come here. Come here. I'll get you. Oh, hi. Hello. I've got both of the puppies. Do not step in my box of Coca-Cola. What are you doing? Also kind of weird since the Thousand Sons do the Egypt thing too, but way better. Yes, I agree with you. Well, you know, it wasn't that long ago that Necrons weren't Egyptian-based. They were just ancient robots from before time, and then they did do a retcon. But yeah, I get you. I get you. I feel you. Ultimately, I agree with you. I think the Thousand Sons do it better from an Egypt side of things, especially pre-heresy. I love a lot of like the pre-heresy Traitor Legions. Honestly, theoretically, my favorite Space Marine Legion of all time is the Emperor's Children. But like I said, pre-heresy. And it's not even like a I'm an Imperial simp kind of thing going on here. I just don't like Slaanesh. It's really what it boils down to. Prospero is just Space Egypt with Harry Potter houses. I don't think I've had anyone explain Prospero in such a way where I had a violent reaction to reading it, but upon deeper contemplation, that they're actually 100% right. I hate you for it, but you are correct. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. If the Horus Heresy never happened, what do you think life would be like in 40k? Well, there'd be a lot less aliens, for sure. I think chaos... I think chaos would be diminished. I don't think it would be gone. I'm not delusional. There you go, Stolas. Okay. But I do think humanity would dominate. The Eldar would be on the back foot and would constantly be on the run. And that the Cabal would be the biggest threat to humanity in the galaxy, with probably the Craftworld Eldar to back them up quite a bit. By the way, the house thing in Harry Potter is an actual thing in the UK. Really? There's a Gryffindor in the UK? I'm being slightly facetious, but only just. That's pretty much a glaze. I don't need that. It's too thin. But I do think humanity would be dominant. I think warp travel would be a lot safer. The webway would be used. There wouldn't be massive fleets of ships anymore. The Eldar would be constantly on the run. Do they have a sorting hat? Inquiring minds want to know, Luna. I am simply a filthy, disgusting American in the state of Oklahoma. I am very curious to this question. Fascinating, though. Yeah, but yeah, I think humanity would be dominant. I think the webway would be getting used. The warp would be a lot calmer. Chaos gods would be diminished and scared. They wouldn't be gone, but they would be on the run. We'd still have chaos cults, but humanity would be ultimately united, and it would be the closest thing to a utopia that... So no warp travel. I don't think there would be no warp travel because Magnus was going to be sitting on the Golden Throne. That was his ultimate goal. Not like his goal, but that was the goal the Emperor had for Magnus. So Magnus would be on the throne, which would amplify his psychic abilities but turn him into the Astronomicon. But the webway would be used for predominant travel for sure. And then I think the Emperor would have used it to starve it out. I also think there was research into the Blackstone pylons, so I think they would have been trying to find a way to cut off reality from the warp as well. Humanity would be fighting the orcs until forever. Well, the thing is, the Emperor never thought about the Necrons, and there was nothing about the Tyranids. Now, they've gone back and forth on this. So, I'll say this, there's some lore that says the Horus Heresy is the reason why the Tyranids showed up. There's some lore that says that the War in Heaven's why the Tyranids showed up, because of the old ones. So, it depends on which version of this we're going with, but the Tyranids would still be a thing, presumably. So, I think what would happen is you'd have the entire might of mankind uniting together. There's no sorting hat. That's funny though. You was in Brewer in secondary school. I think a united humanity of 40k wipes the Nids. I don't think that. And the only reason I don't think that is we would have the tip of the fleets, like the tip of the spear coming in, right? And that would be wiped for sure. But we haven't even, in current 40k timeline, we still haven't even seen the full invasion fleets of the Tyranids yet. We've only seen the tips of the hive fleets. So I think the tip of the spear would have been wiped out for sure. But I don't know. I don't know about the whole hive. If the whole hive mind showed up, and the shadow and the warp showed up, I don't know. I don't know what the Emperor would do. The Shadow and the Warp disrupts all Psyker abilities. We haven't seen many Psykers capable of resisting that. I think Mephiston did, but it nearly killed him. I haven't read Devastation of Ball. I've started it. I have not read it, though. I need to finish that. Same friend with the Tyranid army also has a big orc army, and the model design looks so cool. There would have been less tech degradation, too. They'd still be building high-quality STCs. Yeah, that's fair. I'll grant you that one. For sure. I didn't think about the tech angle. Typical autistic wizard mistake. I'd be really curious to see what Big E thought of the leagues of Votan, too. If anything, humanity would probably have better tech than the Tau if the Emperor's around. For now, yes. The problem with the Tau isn't even necessarily their technology, because it is just better than the Empire for the Imperium for right now. But it's how fast they're progressing. That's what's scary about the Tau, man. Is they are progressing so fast. Could the Imperium keep up? That's a good question. I think eventually the Tau would outpace the Imperium in terms of technology. What time is it in America? Well, specifically for me, it is 4:05 in the afternoon, or 16:05 if you are on a 24-hour clock, which I know a lot of non-Americans are. I did not know this. Haha, the best part about having my phone free is I can now look at text messages and look at my wife's location, so she can't sneak up and scare the crap out of me. Malcador could be around too. He's a force as well. You know what, Stolas? That is a fair point. Malcador could still be around. Eventually Malcador would die, but we don't know what his ultimate, like, old age would have been, and that's you are correct. Here's a good question. Okay, all right. What is your? It's 22:05 for you. So 10:05. So you're 6 hours ahead. What does it put you in? What is that? East England, Germany, France, kind of region? Is that where you're located? Nice. Can you two fucking stop, please? Thank you. Sorry, the puppy's murdering my wife's cat. Oh, sorry, my wife's cat. Our cat. I need to be better about that. Okay, sorry. My question I was going to ask. In your opinion, what is your favorite, not necessarily the best, but what is your favorite tank in Warhammer? Specifically 40k. But not just in the 40k timeline, just like sci-fi Warhammer. What is your favorite tank? So I'll go first, just because it's me here. My favorite tank in all of, like, Warhammer 40k has to be the Malcador Infernus tank, personally. I think it is the coolest tank. It got removed from 40k, so now it's a pure Horus Heresy tank, which does bother me to a point, but it is a really good tank. The mortar tanks Mortarion made, the Plague Burst cannons? Plague Burst crawlers, I think, actually. They're cool. They are cool. I have to agree. Right. I do like some Plague Burst crawlers. They are really cool. I also really, really enjoy the Malcador Infernus is my favorite. I do like the Malcador Infernus. I also just like the Malcador tank in general. Like, it's just like, I got that tank hunter aesthetic to it. And then you have probably not a huge, like, Space Marine tank. You have two Plague Burst crawlers. They are cool. I have to say, I like the Plague Burst crawlers. They are cool. My buddy Josh, which I'm hoping, by the way, if anyone's interested for tomorrow, I'm going to be trying to do a co-stream with him tomorrow in his neck of the woods. So it might take me a little bit to get set up over there. It's also like an hour and a half drive. But we're going to be doing a co-stream together there. I'm going to be painting more BLKOUT. He has a couple of paper scrawlers. There's that, and then I think, what is it? The Atreus hover tank for the... How much cooler Luna is. Luna's not cooler than you, Stolas. Like, you guys are equal in my eyes. Alright? I love all of my nerdy wizard children. What is it? I was thinking of this... The Atreus tank? The Space Marine tank? That or the Mastodon. Although technically the Mastodon I don't think is a tank. I think it's just a transport. So... But yeah, the Malkador Infernus. And then if I had to pick like just Warhammer in general, not just sci-fi, the Steam Tank. Because the Steam Tank is cool. And then if anyone says it's not, they're wrong. Yeah, Stolas. But yeah, no, tanks are cool. Plague Scrawlers are cool. I like them a lot. Also a huge... Oh, yeah. So, my dad is actually going to be buying some Space Marines real soon, actually. He made a comment, and he's actually been pretty serious about it, and I've been holding him to it. So it probably won't be until after the our cruise, because the whole family's going. It's my parents are going, my sister and my brother-in-law are going, and my wife and I are going. Now it's for my wife and I's honeymoon, but it's also a really good excuse for my parents to go on a cruise, and a really good excuse for my sister and brother-in-law to go on a cruise. So we're going all together, which would be a lot of fun. We'll be gone for 2 weeks. But he says when we get back, he's promised. He says, like I said it on stream when I was streaming with you a few weeks ago, I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to buy some Space Marines, and I'm going to build and paint them on stream with you. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So he's going to be buying some Space Marines real soon. Now his whole shtick is he wants to buy some Space Marines, but he's going to be buying based off of the classes in Space Marine 2. Oh, really? You have 4 Myphitic Blight Haulers? Oh, man. Okay. Fucking Mortarion / Death Guard names are, like, always a pain for me. But that is cool. That is really cool. Well, like I said, Luna, you'll have to take pictures and post it in the Discord. But, he said he will be buying some Space Marines based off the classes in Space Marine 2. And will be painting and building them on stream. So if anyone is interested, that will be soon. Alaska cruises are so much fun, man. Get yourself a glacial ice margarita. You know what? I'm in, Stolas. My plan is to stay perpetually buzzed the entire trip. So we're going on a Norwegian Alaskan cruise. It's going to be so much fun. I think we're on the Sunjoy is the name of the ship. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so looking forward to it. We're flying out to Seattle on the 12th. We're staying there for a day, and then we are going to board the ship pretty early in the day. And it's gonna be so much fun. I'll be gone for 9 days. It'll be a shame because I'm gonna miss this. I can't tell you guys how much I love streaming for you guys. Not because, like I said, I've said it before, I'm not trying to be famous or make any money off of YouTube or anything. I just enjoy this. Can you not step all over that, please? Can you not be a pain in the dick for 2 fucking seconds, puppy? I had to look that up, Alec, but I remember those guys. They're cute in a gross way. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to have to... Oh, shit. All right. We're going there. See, I don't know why hooking up my freaking... I had to saw it. So you're looking at OBS right now, looking at OBS. It's changed my microphone to default on OBS, and I don't know why, so I apologize. But we're going to look this up. I'm now very curious. Come on, let's go. I know these. Yeah, okay. They are horrifyingly ugly, but also a little cute. I could see that. We're gonna go back now. But yeah, I can see that. I can see them being cute in a weird way. Do you guys need to go outside? Okay. Give me, guys, you're just gonna have to give me just a second here. I am so sorry. I will be right back. Okay, that was a bit jarring, I know. My apologies. The puppies needed to go outside. They were also bored out of their freaking minds and were driving me crazy. I have a giant dog and a small, oh, not so small anymore, 6-month-old puppy trying to tackle one another right as they're bumping into your leg as you're painting is not the most conducive thing for a good paint job. But yeah, Josh painted one of those. Weirdly enough, he actually started doing a technique called sponging, where he's using basically like a makeup applicator sponge to just put paint on the model, and it came out really good. I'm very happy for him. He's been so busy lately. I don't know when he's gonna get his video out. He's been working on it, but he's also had to find a job. And now he's applying for a second job, and there's just a lot going on in his life. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds. It's not my business to talk about. But I'm very excited for when he gets that video out. It'll be a very, very nice surprise when he gets it out. He's been knocking out the paint jobs on his models lately. I don't know if anyone's subscribe to his channel. I don't know when he's gonna get that video out, but when he does, you're gonna be blown away. The paint jobs he's been doing are phenomenal. He's actually been working on maggot stuff, maggotkin for Nurgle in Age of Sigmar, and he's been doing some Death Guard stuff lately too. I am very excited because as soon as I get back from the cruise, I'm hoping to start painting the Porphyrion on stream, and once I have the Porphyrion painted, he no longer has any more excuses. He's gonna have to start building and painting his Mortarion, and because he's promised me when the Porphyrion's ready to go, so many years ago he promised me this, because I don't think he ever believed I'd ever get a Porphyrion. I'm gonna be fighting his Mortarion, so it'll be his Mortarion versus my Porphyrion, something I'm very excited for. And I think it'll be awesome. So, Then we're going to see the might of the Empire, or the Imperium, destroy Chaos once and for all, Stolas. And you'll see why the Imperium is better than Chaos, alright? Found a 2-hour-long documentary about how DSP cheated in Demon's Souls. It's kind of good, and I'm learning a lot about a game I never played. I have seen the documentary pop up in my recommended. I'm going to have to watch it. If there's anything related to DSP that's like a takedown of his, I'm going to be watching. Because God bless a hot mess of a man. Oh no, oh man, I grew up in the 80s. I'll be Chaos till the end. Listen, that's fine. When the Imperium inevitably destroys you once and for all, you know, at least you'll know you'll die a true believer. I say all that, to be fair, Chaos did destroy my favorite setting of all time, Warhammer Fantasy, and they created the Age of Sigmar, which I will never forgive GW for. No matter how much goodwill or awesome models they come out with, I'll never forgive them for what they did to Warhammer Fantasy. Maybe we should tear the galaxy in half in the other direction. You mean quarter it? I mean, that's fun. Let's go. Listen, the more you make the Imperium the underdog, the more that you make the Imperium more likely to win, alright? When the Emperor comes back and he gets off his golden throne and he doesn't descend to the next Chaos God, the Dark King, alright? When that happens, Chaos is going to shit their pants. Alright? That's why they're scared of him. They call him the Anathema. Make the Milky Way a big mark of Khorne with warp rifts. Yeah, I was gonna ask, so Khorne is your favorite Chaos God? Is that true? Terminus Decree is just the Emperor Factory restart. You see, the problem is the Terminus Decree we already know because GW ruined the lore for the Terminus Decree, which is the problem. GW just can't leave well enough alone, man. That's the problem. GW can't leave well enough alone. The Grey Knights won't let him off that throne. That's we say that. Like, let's be honest here. If the Grey Knights and their 1,000 show up to put the Emperor back on the throne, what are they going to do against 10,000 Custodes? Like, it's just not happening. Nurgle is my favorite aesthetically, but Khorne is the one I probably would actually go with if I had to. Obviously, I don't want to behead people. Yeah, that would be a problem. You know, see, Nurgle is just, like, when it comes to, like, Age of Sigmar, I really like Nurgle. I'm not gonna lie. I love that, like, ruined knight aesthetic that they have going on with the Magakin. If they leaned more into that on, like, the Death Guard, I'd probably be more of a Nurgle fan. I've just never been a big Chaos guy. I don't know. See, my big problem is I've grown up in an era where sci-fi is, like, exclusively anti-human. I didn't know they spoiled the Terminus Decree. So what was it? Literally, Luna is right. So the Terminus Decree is literally, if ever the Emperor is to leave the Golden Throne, the Grey Knights must return him to the throne. That is the Terminus Decree. That's all it is. It is an order that if the Emperor should ever leave the Golden Throne, the Grey Knights are to put him back on the throne or prevent him from leaving if possible. That is literally the Terminus Decree. It is stupid. They should have left it alone, is what they should have done. But they didn't. They had to go all in on like, oh, we have to answer every great mystery. Which is one of the reasons why I believe wholeheartedly that every single Primarch will be returning to the setting. Every single one of them. Sanguinius is going to return to the setting in some form. Ferrus Manus is going to return to the setting in some form. Fucking Conrad Kurz returning to the setting in some form. I even think the Lost Primarchs are returning to the setting, by the way. Oh, that's what it was? That sucks. That's the final order of Malcador? Yeah, I guess. And that's the thing, is like, Malcador... How did Malcador know? Like, Malcador died before the Emperor was ever interred upon the Golden Throne in the first place. That's the whole problem with the Terminus Decree being return the Emperor to the Golden Throne by any means necessary, essentially. Like, it's so stupid. And, like, everyone preferred it if it was like, the reset button. But the thing is, they didn't even have to answer what the Terminus Decree was. They could have just left it a mystery, but they don't know when to leave well enough alone. That's what I was saying. Like, they should know to quit while they're ahead and keep whatever goodwill they have left. And GW just can't help it. They have to shit and fall back in it. Yeah, they just can't help themselves, man. That's the problem. It's not crazy that Malcador would know that the throne was a contingency. It's just not good narratively. Well, yeah, as a contingency, but that the Emperor would be interred upon the Golden Throne. Right? That the Emperor would be trapped on the Golden Throne. Like, would Malcador not have known? Like, hey, how could he not know, right? Or how could he know that the Emperor would be wounded to the point that he would be interred upon the Golden Throne and wouldn't be allowed to leave, right? Or, like, what if they captured Magnus, and Magnus, like, repented and came back and decided to join the Emperor at the last moment, and he's the one that's on the Golden Throne, and the Terminus Decree is like, should the Emperor ever leave? You know, it's just... It was better when the idea was that it was a reset button, a destroy all gene seed device or whatever. You know, like that, it was so much cooler. The explanation I just think is rather weak, personally. And I agree. Like, from a narrative perspective, it's just weak. Alright, boys, give me 2 secs. My wife is home. I'm going to help her real fast. And I will be right back. Okay? So, bear with me here. I'll be back shortly. Okay, sorry about that. My wife is actually still on the phone. Apparently, she's on a work call, so I will just be here painting until she decides she's coming in. What'd I miss? Alec, you were... Oh, sorry, Luna. Luna, you were born in London, eh? That's nifty. I always wanted to visit England. Still do. I actually one time wanted to backpack across Ireland and Scotland for a year. Oh, Stolas, I just remember Luna telling me they wanted to go by Luna, and I've just honored that request. I don't know if there's any... Luna, do you have a preference? You do? Okay, yeah. Looking real good, I think, here. Get that pant leg down there. So far, I think the color looks really good. It's a little brighter on, like I said, on camera than it is in person. It's much darker, much more like maroon color. But it is good. Oh, I need to wash that, actually. I have a little bit of red in that. All right. All right. Now it sounds like my wife is inside, so let me go help her real fast, and I'll be right back. Holy moly. It's Space Mom. Hi, Space Mom. What'd you say, babe? Okay. Who I think is asleep in the living room. She just actually sat down and is currently cuddling kittens. So she is she's not asleep, but she's going to be here very, very shortly. Where'd my son run up? Oh, yeah. I had to go help my wife and feed the animals real fast. So my apologies. Yeah, don't worry, Luna. It's not a big deal. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. You don't have to memorize everybody's usernames. It's okay. It's a wild ride. Okie dokie. Gotta get these red fatigues. I need a little bit more water on the paper here. Oh, you think... Oh, Space Dad's asleep in the living room? Or Papa Wizard? I forget, Stolas, what nickname did you give him? Was it Space Dad or Papa Wizard? Alright, let's get these fatigues painted here. I did Space Dad, but Papa Wizard sounds like a good rapper name. How are the babies? Post a dinner lap kitten puddle. Post dinner nap or dinner lap kitten puddle. Cuddle puddle is awesome. I don't know why I couldn't freaking read that. Jesus. Yeah. Well, she's having a lot of fun with the kittens in there. We have to feed them again at around 7, so we're thinking we'll probably bring the kittens with us to feed. Your husband did. I've been vetoed. My wife says we'd be home by 7. Way better than Papa Pimple. That's funny. Lol mom joke. Exactly. Exactly, Stolas, my good man. Problem is, I need water. I know how to fix this problem. For this exact occasion, my mother, oh yeah, by the way, I'm using chili powder today, not paprika, Mom, gave me pipettes that I can use, and that's exactly what I will do. Drop a little water on that paint. Bring a little life back to it. Okay. That's much better. Now the puppy is in there, squishing the kitten's head. He is still trying to figure out how to cuddle with his new baby sister. He wants to be good. He's also just uncoordinated and big. What, baby? That is funny. My wife just came up with mathematics and had to use my dad as a baseline because she thought it was like 80 years difference on something that she read, and she's like, Space Dad's not that old. He's not 80 years old, and used Space Dad's age to figure out how long it had actually been, which is really funny. So, Stolas, if you had to see... My dad isn't even 80 G's. Well, you know, she was reading an on-cue cup, and it said from 1966 to 2026, and she's like, that's like 80 years. And she's like, wait a minute. Space Dad's not 80 years old. That's not possible. He was born in the year of our Lord 69. As my dad says, the objective best year, so... Yes, he made a 69 joke. That is something that actually happened. What, honey? Okay. Yeah? Scratch my nose there. Alright. I'm guessing mom is Gen X. Yes. Both of my parents are Gen X. I am... Well, I'm on the cusp of either the youngest millennial or the oldest Gen Z. It's kind of up in the air. My wife says she's a Gen Z. She wants that known on the stream. She says she did not want that known on the stream, but I'm saying that she said that she wanted it known on stream anyway. Because she inserted herself into the conversation, so now it has to be on stream. Alright. Got some good coverage here. No picking on the missus. She just got home. Alright, Stolas, I'm sorry. My mother says, I say hi, wizard spouse. She says, I say hi, space mom. Yeah, so the thing is, so there were two studies that were done that state, there are four generational studies in total. Two of them state that Gen Z starts in 1996, and two of them state that it starts in 1994, although it could have adjusted since then, so I could be wrong now. So, like, either I am a super young millennial or a super old Gen Z. There's no real middle ground for me, unfortunately. So, I guess I get to say things like skibbity and it not be cringe, but also still be cringe. Jeez, this is an interesting stance to try to paint. No matter what the start of it was, you're still Gen Z. You know what, Luna? And that's okay. You are... You can, if you want to be Gen Z hard enough, you can be. Even though you are very much within the age range for Gen Z. Can confirm Papa Wizard is asleep in his recliner. Well, Papa Wizard, enjoy your nap. You're about to have your children and their spouses invade your home. But your son has been informed that his wife needs to be home by 7 so we can feed kittens. I think... Oh, nope, there's a spot still. Damn. It doesn't even feel that long ago that people were blaming everything on millennials, and now Gen Z gets the heat. Exactly. Listen, I have been accused of being the most titled in generation between 2 different generations, so sure, why not? There we go. I think this is looking pretty good. I really, really like this so far. This color scheme I think is going to work really, really well. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the gear here. I've had some people suggest I still do like the olive drab green on some stuff. I feel like olive drab green with this like Martian red would just look like weird military Christmas colors. And I'm like, I don't need to be spreading holiday cheer. I want to look like a proper military, so I'm going to avoid the Christmas motif. What does the fandom think about people who get their models professionally painted? You know, if you have the money to do that, I think it's fine. And as a whole, not a lot of people are opposed to it. There's entire businesses of people who are commission painters who paint people's minis for them. So I think you cheat yourself out of part of the hobby. Gen X says we're old, we're tired, get off our lawn, gray pride. Yeah, I think in general, yeah, if you get the money, and I think most people in the hobby will be like, yeah, if you've got the money to do it, go do it. You know, most people are like wanting to find what they enjoy in the hobby, you know? For some people, they're into the lore. For some people, they're into building models. For some people, they're into painting models. So, and if there's something about the hobby you absolutely just don't enjoy, yeah, there's no reason you need to subject yourself to doing so. I know people who hate building models, so they buy their models and they send them off to be professionally built. You know, trimming the mold lines, trimming off sprue gate, and having their army constructed for them, you know. I think there's a part of the hobby that you lose when you outsource the hobby as a whole. I think you cheat yourself out of part of this hobby that I think is vital to the miniature side of things. But that's my personal opinion. I mean, if you've got the money to do it, go do it. You know, if you want professionally done minis at a super high quality level, and you have a paint scheme you want, and you can pay somebody to do it for you, be my guest. You know, who cares? They didn't pay for the models, so why should they have any say in how you get your models built or painted? I imagine there's a few sweat purists who do decry not painting them yourself. Oh, there's a few. You're going to find people like that in any hobby, you know? You didn't do something the way I had to do it, ergo, you didn't do it properly. One second. Honey? Was that someone at the door? Could have been. Okay. If they bark again, I'll go investigate. So yeah, you'll find those people in any hobby, but like for the most part, the hobby as a whole is pretty chill on it. Go do what you had to do. I think there's an element to this hobby that a lot of people will miss out on if they do that, though. And if it's something that's not important to you to have this element of the hobby, then do what you gotta do. You know, I'm not gonna judge you in any way, shape, or form negatively if you get them professionally painted. But I do think that building your models, posing your models, and painting your models yourself, you form some sort of emotional attachment to the model as a whole that you don't really get if you don't invest the time onto them yourself. You know, I think that, like, I've been super, like, I remember the very first Space Marine I ever painted, which was the first Warhammer model I ever painted. It was for my pastor at the time. He had Ultramarines, and I painted an Ultramarine. And we named him, and I gave him the name of Ananias. And I remember him to this day, and he was the first ever miniature I ever painted. And like, you don't get that if you don't do it yourself. But there are people who are going to be like, you know, I just really hate painting, or I just really hate building the models. Like, I can't get into it. I don't like it. And it's a barrier for me to get into the hobby. And then I'll tell those same people, like, yeah, okay, if that's the case, you do you. Get out there. Pay somebody to paint your models for you. Pay somebody to build your models for you. If it's a barrier to getting into the hobby, then eliminate that barrier however you have to. Don't ever tell a chat full of Elden Ring players you like summons. Fuck Souls-like players. Fuck them. I don't understand why there are so many people who get so heated that you didn't, like, you want to talk about gatekeeping in a very negative way? Fucking Souls players, dude. Like, you didn't beat the game with fisticuffs only, no armor, no damage, you know, all the way through getting all the secret ending, and therefore it doesn't count that you beat the game. Like, fuck those people. Play how you want to play. Paint how you want to paint. Yeah. Main character syndrome, no freaking kidding. So, you know, I had a friend of mine, actually Josh, from Spruta Saga. He really, at one point in time, he wanted to get into Space Wolves, and he's like, I just hate the paint job of Space Wolves in 40K. I hate the 40K paint job, but I really like the Horus Heresy colors. What would you say? He was asking me, what would you say if I didn't paint them the 40K colors and I painted them, you know, in the Horus Heresy colors? And I told him, like, listen, man, you could paint them hot pink and lavender for all I care. I do not care what you do to paint your models, because I didn't pay for your models. I didn't buy your models. You bought your models. And if you bought them, then please, like, enjoy them. You know? Like, paint them however you want. I don't care. So, give me 1 second here, guys. I did something stupid. Yeah, so yeah, paint them however you want, do whatever you want, you know. It doesn't matter. You have a buddy who streams and you let him know about all the memes around the Blasphemous Blade and he refused to use it? Oh, yeah. No. Listen. Let people enjoy things how they want to enjoy them, man. You know? To a point, you know. To a point. I will say that. I think gatekeeping is good to a point. You know? If people want to come in and come fundamentally change something, right? Like changing lore... You know, Warhammer's a great example. Like, there are people who want to come in and they want to change the lore of 40k to suit something that they prefer. Well, either you like the hobby or you don't. Now, if you're like, well, if you play Black Templars, you need to play only melee troops. Like, no, I can play Black Templars however I want to play Black Templars. Well, if you have Black Templars, you have to paint them in the official chapter color scheme. No, I can paint them whatever I want to paint them and just call them Black Templars. You know, I'll paint them however I want. If I want to make my Black Templars, you know, run around with the Romanian flag on their shoulders, what does it matter? I mean, I can do whatever I want with my models, but I'm not going to go in there and say, well, I want the Black Templars to stop being xenophobic and make them accepting of literally anybody in the galaxy. That's a little different. Like, that's where I think gatekeeping's fine. But this whole, like, purity test, like, you're not a true fan if you don't do X, Y, and Z, not get rid of that shit. That shit's out of here. Did him a favor, the whole playthrough people were dropping and accusing him of using the Blasphemous Blade and Mimic tier to win. Yeah, fuck those people. Okay, well, no, I read the text message, Mother. Taipei is not what my brother-in-law wanted. Taipei is what Rachel wants on Jeff's birthday. Sorry, Space Sister is being Space Sister. Thought we'd do something a little different after I ran out of my Dungeon Synth playlist and do some Kingdom Come Deliverance, because it's a great game. I agree, F them, but it's also satisfying to tell them that they're wrong. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, like, you know, be petty. He has pet rats on his stream, so he only uses rat summons. That's cute. There we are. Making some good progress here. Now, let's get this pouch here. That's really cute, though, the idea of doing rats and stuff. You know, I didn't do it on Dark Tide. I should have, but I always try to name, if I can have a dog, I always try to name dogs after dogs I've owned in real life. So, for me, that would be Spike, which is my childhood dog. But I was edgy, and I spelled it with a Y. S-P-Y-K-E. Spike. Love that dog. And my current dog, Chewy. Lorgar was the worst Demon Primarch design for you. You know, yeah. Well, to be fair, we have to see the 40k redesign. Because we're also about to be seeing here in the next few, possibly the next year or two, Demon Perturabo. Something we've never seen before. And so there's a chance they could redesign him. But yeah, just having a crown of horns on your head, or with some blasphemous tattoos, seems a little weak for me, personally. I have to agree with you, though. Mojo? You see, Mojo was more a dad's dog, but I have done Mojo. One of the dogs I owned in Red Dead I named Mojo. That's not edgy. It's unique. Thank you, Stolas. Yeah, he was a great dog. He lived a long time. He lived to be almost 16 years old. So he lived a long, happy life. Sadly, I ended up putting him down on like Christmas Eve, I think it was. So it was rough. But he was my childhood dog, my best friend. Lorgar kind of biting on Magnus's style. Yeah, I can agree with that. You really want to have Perturabo in your army if he does return? Yeah, well, he's 100% going to return. They've never, like, GW has never released artwork of a Primarch if there wasn't a model when it comes to, like, 40k stuff, right? And when they did art for the Lion, it was because they had a, he was your dog, Mom? You know what, Mother? My apologies. I just remember the story of he wanted a dog named Mojo. So, my apologies. Forgive me for besmirching yours and Mojo's good name. I think this is hilarious. But yeah, they're definitely going to do Perturabo. He's coming back for sure. We've seen his first official Demon Primarch artwork. I'd love to see what he looks like close up. I also think we're going to see Vulcan return very, very soon as well. We're going to Armageddon. GW accidentally let it slip that we are going to be seeing multiple Primarchs return with 11th edition. Vulcan disappeared on Armageddon. I could see Vulcan returning again on Armageddon. Also, I don't think Vulcan's been dead this whole time. I think he came back a while ago and he decided he was going to be a farmer for a while, and now he's going to be returning, which technically makes Vulcan the first returned Primarch. If that's true. We'll see. Wordbearers are your favorite Chaos United Legion. I wish they did more in the story. I believe they're coming back. Like I said, I think all Primarchs are coming back, and I think Perturabo now sets the precedent that Lorgar is returning. Lorgar has been name-dropped in lore relatively recently, like in the last year or two, that he has finished his meditation on his demon world. So he will be making a return. They name-dropped Perturabo at the end of 9th edition with the Arcs of Omen campaign. They name-dropped him because he was working with Vashtor at the time. So they name-dropped Perturabo, and then they name-dropped him again like 2 years ago. And I was like, yeah, they're definitely going to be gearing up for his return. And now here we are. And they name-dropped Lorgar like 2 years ago for the first time. So we will be getting Lorgar's return, and if Lorgar's return is coming, then we're definitely going to be seeing, like a lot more Chaos stuff. I guarantee it. Now, Dorn has to come back. Dorn has to come back. There has to be a Dorn. I agree. There's no way we're not getting him back. The question is how and when, and who's the next loyalist Primarch to return? And I call it copium, call it hopium, make fun of me all you will. It's got to be Lehman. It's got to be Lehman. They've been teasing Space Wolves for like 2 years now. But yeah, I think we're going to be seeing Dorn return for sure. I also think my boys, the Alpha Legion, are coming back, but I think they're secretly loyalists. I do. So I'm sure they're going to be coming back in a big way. We're going to see a schism with the Alpha Legion. Some are definitely devoted to Chaos. Some are definitely devoted to the Imperium. I guarantee it. You don't trust the Alpha Legion? They aren't chaosy enough. This is what I'm saying, man. They've dropped a lot of lore with them towards the end of the Horus Heresy. That Alfarius, who is pretending to be Omegon, and Omegon, who is pretending to be Alfarius, that Alfarius was actually secretly a loyalist. that the whole Alpha Legion setup was Omegon, who dubbed himself Alpharius and was the public face of the Legion. He was working for Horus and for Chaos, and Alpharius was actually working for the Imperium because they were both trying to find a way to defeat the Cabal, defeat Horus, save the Imperium, and not let the galaxy die in 10,000 years. Oh, Stolas, you son of a bitch. I knew I hated your guts. They're your least favorite loyalists? Oh my god, dude. Listen. Have you gotten into any specific lore yet with the Space Wolves lately? They're fucking sick as shit, dude. You got fucking, like, Ariok Rockfist, Lukos the Trickster, Ragnar Blackmane, Logan Grimnar, Njal the Stormcaller. Brother, you've got to get into some modern Space Wolves lore. They're dope. And Horus Heresy lore. They're dope. Like, conceptually, I understand. And, like, they leaned really, really heavily in the furry department for the last few editions. But they are scaling it back, and they're going back to Space Vikings, which is what they should have been all along. But yeah. You think if Lorgar's coming back, that Corvus Corax is close behind Luna? Yes. 1,000%. If you focus on characters, focus on specific characters, they get you into the lore a lot easier. Horus Heresy stuff, everyone agrees, Horus Heresy era Space Wolf lore is great because they're the most honorable of all of the Space Marines at the time. And then yeah, you definitely need to focus on characters for sure because, like I said, you listen to any specific Logan Grimnar stuff, he's dope. He went to war with the Inquisition because the Inquisition was killing, like, innocent civilians, and they were like, no, I don't like this. And they stepped in, and they fought a war against the Inquisition. Repeatedly. Good stuff. I'm sending a text, sorry. I'm answering for my brother-in-law. I probably shouldn't, but I'm answering for my brother-in-law. Okie dokie. Their lore isn't just Space Vikings. I hate Ice Chain words, I think, the most. It annoys me that they're all like, oh no, we have special squid teeth ones. Here's the thing. There's a legitimate argument to be made that the Space Wolves have the most annoying model range in the history of model ranges. Okay? For sure. Also, like, wolf fucking everything. So it's a little annoying from, like, the model range kind of things. And I understand. They're also they are werewolves, they are space werewolves. They've leaned very heavily into the wolf side of things the last few editions. But since the release of Primaris with 8th edition, they've really scaled back the amount of, like, wolf stuff. So there's no longer, like, wolf Space Marine helmets as much, or tons of wolf units. They haven't even refreshed the Thunder Wolf cavalry or anything like that. They're leaning more into the Space Viking side of things, and I think that's a good thing, personally. Which is good. They're making them a little less goofy, and I think that's a good thing. God bless America. Sorry, I'm gonna burp in the microphone. I'm gonna be DSP. Ultra Peachy Keen is one of my favorite flavors of Monster, and I don't care who needs to hear that because it's so good. Yeah, it's dried. I need to swap out this paper is what I need to do. But first, we're going to get a little more paint on here because now, so every single one of these bad boys has been base coated. Every single one of these bad boys has been washed. Werewolves I kind of knew about, but that does feel silly. Does the Inquisition know of such heresy? So they do now, and that's part of the reason why they fought a war against the Inquisition. There's actually 2 wars against the Inquisition. They do consider them mutants, and there was a Tzeentch corrupted Inquisitor who misled the Grey Knights, and they convinced them that the Space Wolves fell to heresy, so they did bomb the Space Wolves and killed all but 1,000 of them. And so they went from like 13,000 Space Marines to just like 1,000, and now the Primaris Marines are involved. Alright, for these I need my magnifiers. I need to take my glasses off, because now we're doing something not as fun. Is Wizard Mum still here? I don't know. She might be still watching, but looks like my dad's awake and we're gearing up to head over to my parents' house for a birthday celebration for my brother-in-law. So there may be a chance of I'm gonna have to move the microphone just a touch here. Actually, I might be able to do this a little bit better. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna hear some weird noises from the microphone, and I apologize. Okay, we're gonna try that now. I'm having to like get real close. I put on my magnifiers for this. What we're about to do is we're going to be going back over some of the surfaces and kind of going back and brightening up the base coat ever so slightly. But my magnifiers want me to be like right up on the model, which is not good for painting on camera. Yep, Stowe, you're playing Coral Island, Mother. Excellent. Best Lotus are the Carcharodons. Carcharodons are pretty dope. I am not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of my favorite chapters of Space Marines that are canon, in my humble opinion, and I just think the concept is cool, are the Sons of the Phoenix. I think they're really cool. They are basically, and they are an Ultima founding, so they're Primaris Space Marines. But what I love about them is they are Primaris Space Marines, but they're Primaris Space Marines that appear to be made out of Emperor Children gene seed, which I think are really cool. You love the Raven Guard 2, and though you love the Raven Guard 2 though, and Corvax is a crow like me. That's fair. So one of the things I really like about that is the idea that they're using Traitor Gene Seed to make Loyalist chapters, which is really cool to me. Because I really, like I said, I really do enjoy the Emperor's Children, but as Loyalists. I really dig their whole vibe, and I really don't like Slaanesh, which is half the reason I'm not a huge fan of the Emperor's Children post heresy. However, I will say I really do think the idea of the Sons of the Phoenix is a cool concept. So when I made my own homebrew Space Marine chapter, what I did was I basically made mine a Raven Guard successor, but the secret was, just like with the Sons of the Phoenix, they were actually Alpha Legion Gene Seed. I've heard Korax became a Shadow Crow thing. Yeah, there was a short story that they did. They've not touched on his fate since, so there's a chance it may have been retconned, but so I hope not. Because he kind of mutated, but he wasn't a mutant, like he was corrupted by chaos. It's like the warp just tainted his gene seed, and he turned into this crow-like monster. Again, I'm doing this in my hand. I have a chili powder thing for this exact reason. I like the Emperor's Children. They're basically Cenobites, but Slaanesh is flawed as written. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think Slaanesh and Tzeentch are flawed as written, because I think Tzeentch isn't even a fully fleshed out god. I think Tzeentch isn't complete. I think they started with Tzeentch, and they're like, yeah, we just really like the idea of the God of Change, and so they've been very vague in it with him as a whole, and I think that's a mistake. Because I think Tzeentch is just the weakest of the gods in terms of like core concept. In reality, I think Slaanesh is the weakest of the gods in terms of overall power, but I do think Slaanesh, but Tzeentch is the weakest in concept. To fix Slaanesh, they need to lean into the other avenues of obsession, not just the Gunnar stuff. I agree, Tzeentch is basically nothing concrete. Yeah, one of the things that I really heard about Tzeentch from a conceptual standpoint. Sorry, fixing my brush. Is that Tzeentch is, if Tzeentch was playing chess, his chessboard would be nothing but knights and bishops. And being a bit of a chess nerd, that makes too much sense to me. Tzeentch is nothing but potential form of writers through a point of view, though. Yeah, that's my biggest issue with him, is that he's a really great villain. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. In fantasy, he's a great villain because a lot of cults can be Tzeentchian cults, right? And it doesn't have to be the strongest like motivation for the cults to be like, okay, what's your big plan? Like, they can just be like, we worship the Changer of Ways, only he knows the real plan, and it kind of just becomes this like weak crutch that they kind of rely on, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I'm not even on camera. That's my bad, guys. I'm trying my best here. With my magnifiers on, I can't quite even see the screen, so I can't tell when I am and am not on camera. Yeah, it's better. A good writer won't fall into that, I would hope. Are there not good Tzeentch stories? There are good stories. The problem is, like, the ones that comes across for me now. I've not read a lot of 40k Tzeentchian stories, so I can't say, definitively one way or the other. but I can say the ones I have read are fantasy-based. And the ones that I've read in fantasy, Tzeentch cultists pop up all the time in cities and such. And they have, like, really elaborate plans. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. The one that I bring up the most is probably from Gotrek and Felix. There's a chaos cult of Tzeentch that pops up and is like killing people and like corrupting cannons with the ashes of their chaos worshippers as they're forging the cannons, so that way they can kind of manipulate it magically from a distance and like have the souls of their deceased cult members possess the cannon. But the problem is it just kind of, I don't know, man, it's really hard like to get into. I'm sure there are. I've not come across them. I'm sure there are really good ones. It usually ends up being like, even though the plan fails, the plan still succeeds to some degree, always with Tzeentch, and that's the problem. Like the model-wise, I agree. I think Tzeentch has got some really great models. I also, the biggest problem is I'm not the biggest demon fan, right? And Tzeentch is very demon-heavy, right? And when I say that, I mean that, like, he is very demon-heavy. I just don't like a lot of the model ranges for them. You know, like, one of the reasons I love the Maggotkin so much in Age of Sigmar is it's a really strong, like, units in, like, just in terms of models for them. Tzeentch is like 50% demons at all times. I'm not a huge fan of the demons. Plot twist: Kairos Fate Weaver is the real Tzeentch, and he's being imprisoned by a blue horror. You know what? That would be a bad plot twist. I'm trying to keep this on camera, and I'm clearly not doing a good job of that. Sorry, this is probably not the best stream in terms of like content on screen, but I'm trying my best here. Tomorrow I'm gonna try doing a couple different streams. I'm gonna do another gaming stream, I think. But I will be going to Guthrie tomorrow to hang out with JD from Sprue to Saga, which is I'm very much looking forward to. And we're gonna set up over there. So I'm gonna stream at my normal time tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna do some Dark Tide. I've been getting back into Dark Tide quite a bit, and I've been enjoying it a lot. Trying to level up my Hive Scum on Dark Tide. I've almost gotten into, I've got him in the 20s now, I think. I think Kairos is a better character. I agree with you. Kairos is definitely an interesting character. He is a very interesting character, Kairos Fate Weaver. Well, very interested to see what they do with him. Tzeentch is interesting in concept. And you'd think, of all the Chaos Gods, considering, you know, I am the autistic wizard, that Tzeentch should be my go-to guy. I can't find... on paper, I should love him. I just can't find anything on paper that I'm like, yes, this is amazing. I love him for this. And it kind of bothers me, because I want to. Like, conceptually, I love the Thousand Suns. I just hate how, like, 50% of their army range is freaking zombies and Zangors. And I just hate Zangors. I don't know what it is about Zangors from a conceptual standpoint. I can't stand the models. They're just, I'm like... Oh great, we got bird goat people. Is Uncle Faruncle in 40K yet? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I need to make sure I'm on camera. There we go. He's so gross and I need a story where he fights some blood angels or something. That would be interesting. Just I'm really gonna thin this down to a nice glazed consistency. Okay. Alright. Get some more of that. Steady down just ever so slightly. How's that consistency looking? Thin that down a little more. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Alright, now we're gonna go over the arm. Audio makes it sound like someone's sneaking up on you all. Really? Is that the music makes it sound like that? Okay. Well, I hope not, because if someone starts scaring the crap out of me from behind, I'm gonna might mess up my painting job. You hear it too, Luna? Well, I've got some nice, like, I love Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I love it. And so this is literally a 2-hour video of a guy just walking around a town. And he's just recorded the music that plays when you're walking around. So, you're probably hearing the footsteps of the guy in the video. I'm trying to get a really tricky spot here, everybody, so bear with me. I'm trying to keep my head not in the shot, but I might get my hair in it just a little bit. Don't judge the long hair. My wife says she likes it. Sorry, this is like super intense, like small spot I'm trying to hit, so I'm trying not to talk too much while doing this, because I don't want to do too much red. So I'll drown out all the nice recess shading I've got going on with that wash, and I'm trying to preserve that if I can. More paint. It's too thin. Okay. All right. There. Do what I can to showcase this here. So bear with me 2 seconds, everybody. All right. Took a lot of work. I say a lot of work. It really wasn't that bad. But that is not. There we go. That's not really centered. It's really red on camera. It's not this red in real life here, but I've done some base coating and some shading. Really? You needed 2 even after cheating? Seriously? Golly jeez, dude. Well, DSP, guys, he's a professional gamer, okay? We don't mess with down from the rafters. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm digging the paint scheme. So I've got this Martian red kind of aesthetic going on. Ignore the chili powder, and I think it looks really good. Nice, faded. I had to bring back the color a little bit. It's actually, again, on camera, it's a lot brighter than it is in person. But I have brought some of the life back into the red because it got dulled too much. 3 max level characters for the final boss. They played really bad too. I'm not surprised. Yo, Luke, no worries. Say, well, yo, Wizard, I'm back. I'm sorry I missed your last 2 streams. Honestly, Luke, I'm just glad to have you back, buddy. No worries, you don't have to apologize at all. I was really busy this past week packing because I have a trip you're going to go on. Oh, well, that's awesome, Luke. Where are you going? So yeah, I've got these 2 here. So this is what I've done. Brought it back up. This is looking good. This is looking really good. Yeah, Luke, you don't have to apologize to me, man. Life happens. I'm so glad you're here. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad to have you, buddy. But yeah, you don't have to apologize to me. You got life. Things happen, man. Got some love from Luna too. That's awesome. All right. Back to Canada. I'm a snowbird, so I'm going. Well, it's awesome, man. Gonna take another sip of my peachy keen monster. Oh, that's good. That's really good. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. Oh, Luke, good to have you, man. We're just doing some hangouts today. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be trying to do 2 different streams. Going up to a city called Guthrie to visit my buddy Josh from Spruta Saga. You probably remember him hopping in here. That's JD. We're going to go hang out with him, and we're going to do some building and painting together and do a co-stream, which I think will be a lot of fun. You also got Discord for the first time yesterday? Oh, well, Luke, hold on here. We're going to put a pause here on the stream that I'm working on, because I am going to go ahead and post this into the chat. It hasn't been super lively over the last few days, but mostly because I've been really busy. But other people have been posting into the Discord. You should definitely join, man. It'd be a lot of fun. I also have a message from Hair Trigger. Oh, I better respond to that here in a little bit. But yeah, no, it's awesome to have you back, Luke. Genuinely, man. Glad you're doing okay. Glad you're having a good time. You're packing for your trip. I think that's awesome. So yeah, dude. You don't owe me a damn thing. You don't owe me an apology. You don't owe me anything, Luke. I'm just glad to have you back. Glad to hear you're doing okay. You're gonna join it 1 minute? Yeah, no worries, Luke. Do what you gotta do, man. Like I said, I'm just glad to have you here, you know? Posted some pictures of the Moirax. Yes, Luna posted some pictures of the Moirax in the server earlier. Luke, you gotta check it out. It looks really good. She did a great job on the banner on the top of the armature. I think it looks really nice. So based it off of a family crest, is that right, Luna? Your family crest? Yeah, it's based on your family crest. You're getting pretty hungry. So, Ma, you said your subtle way of telling me maybe we should think about making our way over there. Because my wife wanted to wait until either we fed the kittens to go over there, or if we go over there, we got to be back by 7 to feed the cats. You gotta go get some chores done, bro? Oh, Stolas, no, thank you for keeping me company, man. I'm glad to have you here. You know, go get your chores done, my guy, and I'll catch you later, man. I really do appreciate you stopping by. It really means a lot. Hey, Luke, welcome to the server, my dude. Come on in. Go check out some pictures. I'm still getting everything set up. I'm a bit of a boomer. I need to buckle down. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Buckle down and work on the Discord server a bit more. I gotta get some rules created. I gotta focus on getting some of that stuff done. But yeah, come on in. Post some pictures and mini showcase if you have any, or post some comments, some encouraging words. Alright. She does not want to cart them back and forth. No, she would like to either go over there after we feed, or come back at 7 to feed the kittens. Just a touch. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I know, Ma. It's fine. Oh, I got a message from my dad. Okay, sorry about that. Just responding to my pa. Legs are looking pretty good. I gotta get the inside of this smaller crook leg. Just a touch. Okay. Alright, now to get to the arms. Okay, so that's my sniper for the most part, and that's looking pretty good. Okay, give me a couple minutes, guys. I have to go talk to my wife real fast. So, I will be right back. Just bear with me here. Alright, I am back. Okay. You ever tried to have a conversation with somebody while they're sleeping and they really don't want you to talk to them, but you need to get answers from them, so you continue to speak to them even though they really don't want you to? They're not, like, unhappy that you're talking to them. They're just like, why are you talking to me? I'm trying to take a nap. No, is that just my experience? Because, I love my wife. Alright. Got some Task Force Boone coming along here. Strike Force is coming along, I think. Okay. Let's do the gun arm now. I'm not painting on camera again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm hoping to, when I get these guys done, I'm going to join a painting competition with these guys. There's a painting competition being run by a smaller YouTuber. I say smaller, he's way bigger than my channel. Matt's Miniature Problem. He's running a painting competition for BLKOUT. And I want to throw my hat in the ring. Never been an amazing painter, I don't think. Ah, shit. We just heard somebody wash themselves off in a trough. Wow. That looks really good. I have to say, I'm really pleased with the red on this. Yeah, this looks really good. I'm proud of this. This is looking nice. Alright, well, unfortunately, that's all I have really time for today. We're going to go over to my parents' house to celebrate with my brother-in-law. So we're going to go celebrate his birthday. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I know this hasn't been probably the most exciting of the streams that I've managed to do, but I want to say thank you all for watching. If you haven't, please feel free to leave a like on the stream if you like what you've seen. If you haven't liked what you've seen, please, I want to say thank you so much for watching as far as you have anyway. And I will see you guys all later. So.